my friend and one of the most exciting indie musicians here in Canada, Rich Aucoin.
You got paid $20 to say that.
We're really happy to have you here on board.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
We got beers.
And we got beers.
Yes!
Rich, I'm Jeff.
Hey, Rich.
Pleasure. My hands are a bit beery.
Oh, beer is great. Cheers.
Cheers.
Beer is always great. So, Rich,
I'm going to interrupt you.
Doing the eye contact thing first. as you cheers.
Sure. You must do that.
Got it.
I used to have a friend called Asif. I knew him in London. He used to say to me, Jeffrey, if you don't look at me right in the eye, you will have 7 years of bad sex. I'm telling you. That's exactly how it sounded.
Even taking the superstition out of it, it's just a weird thing to like be like, let's cheers, and then just like have it's like the whole thing is like bringing together and the
and then you look away.
Communal aspect of the cheers, and then to like someone to like go immediately to their phone and just like have a sip. It's like, oh, okay, that moment just got ruined.
did I fail that badly?
Did you fail? Was it you?
I don't know.
No, you guys good. I took the extra second of scanning.
Okay.
Sure. So, Rich, cards on the table.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a fan.
Chessboard on the table.
Bit of a fan.
Okay.
Don't want to overdo it, but I'm a bit of a fan.
Sweet. Thank you.
I saw you several years ago in Vancouver, and your show just blew me away. It was just, it was unexpected. I had no idea what to expect.
Which venue was that at?
It was in the Cobalt, I think.
Cobalt.
It was small.
Oh, or the
Biltmore.
Biltmore.
That was it.
That's a wonderful establishment. Little low ceilings for my liking for confetti hang time, but the staff is really amazing.
The confetti gets shot out like this.
Oh yeah, there's definitely when I play like, because I mean the show emerged from playing like basement house parties. So in the early days, it was like confetti guns from the Dollarama and just shooting like just above people's heads, and like sometimes tall people would just be like, oh dear, and having like side head grazing confetti shots wheel past
If I was
them.
there and it got you right in the face, I would be delighted.
I mean, delighted in some respects. I think slightly dangerous is like there's a lot of times, especially when I like get everyone in like a big huddle. We've got our hands in. I've got one hand in, one hand holding the microphone to get everyone singing like a big like chant, and then I'm also kind of holding a confetti gun. So I have no hand protecting this little dangling string with a red plastic ball on it, and every time it's like kind of pointing towards my face or someone else's face, and I'm like, oh man, if any, like it just is hanging there, almost inviting someone to be like, oh, I'm gonna pull this little string and see what happens. And if it did and shot you in the face, like from point blank, delighted would not be the first feeling.
I feel like it was an intense show. Where everyone's like participating. You are participating more than anybody else, like on the floor with the people, talking to everybody, getting everybody pumped up constantly. And I might be jumping ahead here, but when we've been reading through lyrics, particularly on Ephemeral, on the album, ephemeral means like ephemeral. What am I saying? Ephemeral?
Ephemeral. What a day.
Intellectual.
It might be a tomato.
Sure.
I don't think so.
We're from the same place. I think it's just Edison. Fair. But it means like a fleeting moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it feels like there's a kind of a sense of urgency in your show.
If I may consult my notes briefly.
Well, we got through that much already.
Don't be so sure. We were both, at the end of your show, the sweatiest messes that we had been in quite some time.
That's great.
I definitely lost about 10 pounds.
I feel like if you can bring that energy to the show as a patron, then like you've experienced the show the way I was intending it, and I feel like it's a very cathartic thing to like sweat that much with friends and strangers that sometimes become friends after the shows, and like the more you like everyone gets on board with it, the greater the kind of communal experience and the impact of the show can be. So like I'm glad to hear that you like if when someone comes up really sweaty, then I'm like that's
We
that's
good. We good.
Yeah.
So the music video for It. When I first watched it, I couldn't get over how involved it seemed. Just how much work it must have been.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but the fun thing of doing a music video that's all recreating your favorite movies and a lot of our favorite communal movies is that everyone who was working on it was entirely stoked on the
board
idea. So people put in like hundreds of hours of work to like because they were excited about the idea of trying to remake their favorite movie as well.
Okay.
So everything that happened, that was a super labor of love because like art direction and like all the like anyone volunteering, like even like cast and stuff, like people were like, whoa, I get to be in like a scene from
Top Gun.
Top Gun or Die Hard. Like people were like, yeah, I'm definitely there. Like so.
What do you have a favorite film of all time?
Yeah, Star Wars for sure. Yeah.
Any particular Star Wars?
No, I mean very particular Star
Yeah.
Wars. Star Wars.
Episode
Star Wars
4.
proper 1977. In the golden age of film, like the first wave of film school graduates, changing the system from this like kind of hierarchy and like working your way up to like an entire generation of peers coming out and like making films together.
How old were you when you had your first beer?
I was in grade 7 going into grade 8, I think, summer of.
So a young child.
A young lad.
Where were you?
I was in the local tree fort that wasn't quite my tree fort, but it was in this like backyard area that all the local kids shared and played in, and my next door neighbor, who was an elderly woman, his grandson, who was a year older than me, was like, hey, I stole this beer from the party they're having. Let's drink it. And I was like, cool. I've had a sip of that before from my dad's beer, and it was disgusting. So let's do that.
Do you remember what it was?
It was Keith's for sure. Yeah. Great
What was
music.
your family's attitude to drinking when you were younger?
Um,
Were you allowed like a taste here and there?
I was allowed a taste at an age where it was kind of humorous to give me a taste, and then as soon as it was
8.
like, yeah, like 8, you're like, cool, give the 8-year-old a sip.
'Cause he's
But then
gonna hate
when you're like 13, you're like, hey, can I have a sip? Be like, you're not 8 anymore. and so you then you're kind of cut off.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you so much, Rich.
Thanks
It's been
so
an
much.
absolute treat. Get home.
Yeah.
Don't miss your flight.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Eye contact.
Cheers. Eye contact. So much eye contact.